All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what can I even say about the main event? Absolutely steamrolled. Alex Pereira just runs through Magomed Ankalaev like he was nothing. Like I said in my prediction, I said Ankalaev, if you're gonna win this second fight, the confidence that you gained in winning a striking battle in the first fight, I hope to God you don't think you're gonna do that again. He's fell in love with striking. He's a primary striker, but he has that Dagestan wrestling in his back pocket if he chooses to use it. And I said, don't fall in love with the striking because I'm sorry, you're not that. Your striking is very good. It's formidable, but you're not that guy when it ranks up to Alex Pereira when it comes to striking. You're going to have to mix it up. And what does he do? He gets knocked out. Offers no resistance. Gets hurt with the right hand. Alex Pereira didn't even have to. Wasn't even the signature left hook. Right hand. Puts him down. Nasty elbows. Belt to ass. Fight over. Embarrassing performance. And, Ankalaev just becomes another forgotten transitional champ. Y'all see the shirt? Y'all see the shirt I had on earlier? I told you I was just, no matter what, I was going to be on the right side of history. I said, tonight, I'm going to be on the right side of history either fucking way. Either way. But, yeah. And now Pereira continues to move through the light heavyweight division. Tom Aspinall made the claims that he's got favorable matchmaking, but you could make that claim. But also, when it comes to the light heavyweight division, who's there? The next defense, Carlos Olberg. Who's favoring him? If it's not Olberg, who is it? Jiri? I don't know why my shit's going out of focus. Jesus Christ. Fix the damn. If it's not him, who is it? Bro, this is unacceptable. What the hell? What are we doing, camera? All right, let me just keep yapping. Y'all can just look at the smeared version of me. But yeah, if it's not him, is it going to be Jiri? Alex is already up 2-0 in the trilogy. When have we ever seen a trilogy come out of a 2-0 fight? Would that even be worthy of a... I don't think it is. And if... Bro, what is happening right now? Okay, let's just fix our life right now. Jesus Christ. Guys, I don't know what's going on right now. Okay, whatever. Let's just do this right now. Technical difficulties never fucking end. All right, whatever. Whatever, guys. My stream's getting wrecked like Ankalaev got wrecked. But yeah. He comes in. He runs through Ankalaev. Who's it going to be next? Olberg. Do you pick Olberg? Is Olberg a wrestling threat? Is Olberg favorable matchmaking? It's just the best guy that's left. The light heavyweight division is just... What can you say? I favor him against Olberg. I favor him against Jiri again. I favor him if Khalil would have won. I favor him against Jamal Hill. Magomed Ankalaev is the only wrestling threat, and he fell in love with his striking so much that he got knocked the fuck out in a minute. So what can you say? What can you say? But, I mean, there's really nothing else to speak on that fight. But moving on, the co-main event. Merab versus Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen comes out guns a-blazing, looking great. Jab was firing. Lead hand hook was firing. Low kicks. He was doing the kickboxing and Thai boxing A lot of guys do this combo, and it's so beautiful when it lands right. Where you throw the left hook, you whip the left hook, but it's really more of a slap hook right into that rear leg low kick. He was hammering that in the first round, and he looked great. And he was applying some damage and putting some pressure on Merab, and he definitely won the first round clearly. Then he comes out the second round, and we see a glaring issue that would be his ultimate demise in this fight is that he's backing straight out, and Merab throws these flurries of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 punch combinations, and Corey backs straight up, avoids the first 2 or 3. But then what happens when you back straight up? You're right against the cage for those last couple, and Merab starts teeing off on him on the cage when he can't move, hurts him bad, almost finishes the fight. Corey survives, shows his toughness and survives that moment, but he was really never the same again after that. The rest of the fight, he was just too passive. He was too passive, and he was going backwards. Every time Merab unloaded these long, multiple punch combinations, Corey would back up, and he would give the ring generalship or the dominant placement to Merab. And this would kill his momentum. Anytime he was having a moment, Merab would just walk him down and throw 5, 6 punches, or walk him down with 2, 3 punches and then grab a leg, take him down, pin him against the cage. Corey turns his back on the cage. Then he either gets, he's throwing these short punches against the cage where he's scoring when Corey's not really doing nothing but just sitting there and taking it, or he gets him slammed down, pulled away from the cage, and scores takedowns. And that's just rinse and repeat all throughout the fight. And there was nothing Corey could really do. He had a moment again in the 4th round where he started to turn it up. But again, in the 5th round, Merab just starts to walk forward, and Corey just couldn't get him off of him. He's just relentless. He wanted that knee coming up the middle. He wanted that uppercut to land on that shorter guy with the wrestling base, but it just wasn't there. It never landed for him, and the power shots were not enough. The jabs were great. The low kicks were great, but it was not enough to fend Merab off to back up. Let me check my replying to these people real quick. But I don't know. This is another case of who's next for Merab, who's left. These guys have become so dominant, it's hard to even give parity or credence to a real person that you say legitimately, I think this guy can beat him. He's damn near cleared the division. He's already running it back on his 2nd try. He brought up Jan in the post-fight interview. That's his 2nd. He already beat O'Malley twice. It's just, I don't know. What's left? What's left? Is he the bantamweight GOAT? If he's not, in your opinion, he's right on his way. He's right there. He's right there. If you're a Cruz guy, if you're a Dillashaw guy, if you're even this new narrative of Aljamain GOAT guy, Merab's now right there with any of them. There's nobody definitively that you said could have a better run, more dominant run, more impressive run, more impressive wins, and the fashion, the way that they're winning than Merab. I'm a big Dillashaw guy, but how do you debate it? And then my God, I'm going to end it off right here. We'll briefly talk about the rest of the fights, but my God, Jiri Prochazka is In a game of guys that stand alone, he stands alone against the guys that stand alone. He's one of one in a game of one of ones. In a game of guys that are one of one, he's one of one among them. Khalil Roundtree comes out. The speed advantage is so wide and so clear the first 2 rounds. Khalil is getting off whenever he wants, standing in a heavy tie stance, throwing heavy kicks, heavy hooks. The jab was on the money. He stung him multiple times. Jiri was falling all over the cage. Jiri was, looked so slow. He was throwing kicks almost in slow motion. His punches weren't landing. He was getting tagged and like shaking his head in disappointment when he was getting tagged. It looked a little bit helpless for those first 2 rounds, and it actually looked like Jiri Prochazka was going to go to a decision for the first time in a long time and get styled on by Khalil Roundtree. That was going to be the first decision of Jiri's UFC career. That could have been the first decision since 2016 for Jiri Prochazka. But he says, hell no. He shows who the fuck he is. He walks down Khalil. He starts throwing these unconventional, crazy strikes. Like I said in my prediction about Khalil, sometimes when you're a guy that's so fundamentally sound and so, fundamentally stuck on one style of Muay Thai, a guy like Jiri, it's almost like when you're such a strict Muay Thai or boxing guy, and then you have a guy come in on their first day, like a trial class guy, and they're just throwing crazy shit from weird angles that you've never seen, and they're hitting you with shit that you've never been hit with because it's like, yo, this dude's brand new. I've been here forever. I'm in my disciplined stance, but he's throwing shit from angles I've never seen. That's almost what it seemed like with Khalil. The first 2 rounds, the technique was flawless. He stayed in his stance. He stayed disciplined. But in that third round, when he starts getting fatigued and Jiri's throwing shit from angles that he's not used to, there's no guy in training that you can have mimic Jiri and it be just like Jiri. And when you're tired and when he starts pouring it on, he had no answers. He had no answers. Puts him out. Third round. Absolutely insane knockout from Jiri Prochazka. Who's next for the title? Either him. I think they'll give it to Oberg just to make a fresh matchup. If Magomed Ankalaev would have won, I think they might have given it to Jiri. But now maybe we get Oberg versus Pereira and Ankalaev versus Jiri. How about that? 2 fresh matchups. I think it could be fun. Yusuf Zalal just runs through Josh Emmett. Impressive stuff from him. Joe Pyfer, Abus. Hey, Abus never loses. He just runs at a time. He never loses. He just runs at a time. He tapped because he thought it just ended the round, guys. Don't worry. Abus is still the GOAT. And then Tristan Vines just gets absolutely, assaulted. Wasn't even a fight. Atiba, I don't know how. Everybody says it different. Absolute assault. Just throws him off of him like he's a scab, like he's a mosquito, like he's a fly that just landed on his shoulder. Just throws him off and just finishes him like it's nothing. Absolute balling, absolute assault. Should be investigated for even putting that matchup together. Daniel Santos had a nice win. TKO. Patchy Mix, man. Patchy Mix. God, man. Patchy Mix, man. I thought he won the fight, but even in victory, that really wouldn't have raised his stock much. But now he just looks horrible, man. He comes in 0-2. Was like debatably top of the pound for pound in the PFL, and now he's just getting run out of the gym, the laughing stock of the UFC. Losing to a guy who was 16-3, making his UFC debut. and he beat you. A KSW guy. You're defending for the PFL guys, and then a KSW guy beat you. A UFC guy beat you. Not defending the brand too well. Edna Shabazian had a nice win against old man Andrew Muniz. Puna, we love Puna. Good win for him. Basharat wins. And Veronica Hardy. We got to mention Veronica Hardy just because. Wink, wink. But solid card all the way around, man. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 finishes in a row. Then we got Merab decision and then the TKO in the main event. So lots of finishes, lots of exciting fights for the night. And a lot of guys just showing who the hell they are again. No big surprises. Pereira comes out and shows who he is yet again. Jiri's gonna Jiri. And Merab dominates as usual. Let me know what y'all thought of the fights. Let me know what y'all think should be next for these guys. And give me your overall reactions. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Shama. Big Onk. I'm returning this shirt, Big Onk. This shirt underneath here is getting returned.